Through generative design tools, automation is increasingly becoming part of the computer-aided design process. These tools typically create solutions by optimizing a formal objective function, such as material to strength ratio. In this paper, we investigate how to integrate generative design into early prototyping where a designer has not yet formed their problem definition. We call this generative prototyping. To explore this, we developed the DreamRooms system, a virtual reality room layout prototyping tool in which the user works in a tight feedback loop with a procedural generative process. It is comprised of a room layout algorithm that is initialized with the dimensions of the room and a list of furniture to put in it. The user collaborates with the generative process in a virtual reality design environment. At a high level, DreamRooms supports the user in conducting a series of local explorations to produce different design alternatives. After a subjective local optimum has been saved, the system puts the user in a new part of the design space. In DreamRooms, a user is equipped with two motion-tracked hand controllers. The left controller affords navigation through teleportation, and the right controller affords interaction with objects in the room. The left trigger requests a new iteration of the layout from the generative process, subject to the constraints and cues that the user has set. When users see something that they like, they can lock it down to ensure it is included in the next iteration of the generative process. If a user sees a configuration of furniture they want to use in future iterations, they can create a group. The group is placed as a single unit in future iterations. Based on their own preference, a user can adjust how much clearance is reserved in front of objects. The change in clearance is preserved for future iterations. When the user sees a way they'd like to partition the space, they can create a guide wall which provides the generative process with an additional anchor point to place furniture against. Furniture might be aligned to this guide wall in successive iterations. When the user is satisfied with the design, they can save it using a dedicated button on the right controller. The system preserves groups and clearance adjustments, but nudges the user to diverge from their last design by giving them a new layout. Saved designs can be cycled through with a dedicated button on the left controller. Participants can view designs from where they are standing, or choose to set a relative point of view so they can understand designs from a particular piece of furniture, such as from a desk. For more details on the system and results from our observational study, check out the paper